All right, week 2, we're back. I'm clearly way happier today because the Bears won. Wow. The Bears actually look like a competent team. Wow. I know it's the Bengals. I know I shouldn't be expecting much, but kind of felt good after they beat the Vikings last week, and we could barely get our offense or defense started last week, and you saw my state last week after that game. So, and also I'm trying something new. As you can see, I'm actually just gonna have the highlights up instead of just a really weird Microsoft Paint drawing that I make every week. The thumbnail will still probably be some Microsoft Paint masterpieces, of course, because I know my dedicated tall Indian man fans cannot live without the Microsoft Paint masterpieces. But without further ado, here we go. Week 2 highlights. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the game. Let's go. So first off, you can see this is that Andy Dalton to Allen Robinson touchdown. Oh no, wow, I'm wrong. Darnell Mooney, yeah, it's just a few passes. But yeah, let's talk about like Andy Dalton's play at the beginning. Like he was okay, it's Andy Dalton. Glad to see he was actually throwing passes that were more than 5 yards. Unlike last week. I don't know if this is because like Dalton being more comfortable in the offense or because of Nagy's play calling changing. But I mean, honestly, I doubt that Nagy meant to change his play calls. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I think this goes on for quite a bit. But I mean, look at that. Like, it's really good to see how. That's actually a pretty good catch. Forgot how that was. It's just good to see how like Nagy. I hope it is Nagy or like at least someone in the Bears franchise is still trying to play to the strengths of this team. Because remember, like I was talking about this last week. Like, what's the point of signing like Demir Bird? What's the point of signing Marquise Goodwin? Like elite speed threats in the league when you don't even use them at all, right? And there's a touchdown to Allen Robinson. So like I said, like he was playing pretty good. I think what is that like 4 or 6 pass drive, right? Amazing. Like 5 completed pass drive or 6 completed pass drive. Not exactly sure, but yeah, like that's the type of stuff you want to see from Nagy this year, right? Like we sign a bunch of speed threats. You literally want to like just, you know, if all else fails, just chuck the ball down deep. You'll know like one of your speedy guys will catch it, and then you'll get excellent field position. And then here's the defense. They looked a little tough, or tough as in like bad in that first half. Like as you can see here, they're kind of allowing just a bunch of yards, 4 completed passes, and yeah, Robert Quinn sack. Like I am amazed that Robert Quinn actually did something. Um yeah, like I've been the biggest Quinn hater since about like halfway last year. I was defending him a lot last year up until about the halfway mark when I was like, yeah, that's enough. Good to see he's actually doing something. Good to see he actually got a sack, pretty cool to see. Let's see the guys getting around him and yeah. And also, before I go on with these highlights, like it's, you're going to see this later, but like it is amazing to see how the defense performed, especially against Joe Burrow. Like, I know he's a good quarterback, but like, oh my goodness, the Bears defense just embarrassed him today. It was amazing. It made me really happy. So yeah, let's go on. I believe, yeah, this is still Dalton. I think, unfortunately, he got injured in this game. I forgot exactly when it happened, but we ended up getting my guy Justin Fields in, so that's great. And then yeah, and then that run. Let me just start talking about Monty. Like he's been really good these past 2 weeks as well. Like he's been. I know like he may not be finding too many yards on each like rush or on each carry, but like he has been amazing. All right, like I really love how he's been playing. I really love like his play this year. He was really good last year too. He really stepped up after Tariq Cohen got injured, and like our second back was Cordero Patterson. Like all love to all love to Patterson, of course. Like he became one of my favorite players in those 2-3 years he was on the team. But like he wasn't that effective as a back. Like he's been playing really good in Atlanta, by the way. I think he just scored like a 30-40 yard rushing touchdown today for Atlanta. But the Nagy just couldn't play him right. Anyways, let's go on. More Montgomery content, and we love to see it. Um, yeah, wow. And then, yeah, like this is pretty much. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yeah, like again, it's just a lot of like, it felt like the Bears offense just clicked a lot today, even with Dalton in. And then you can see like it kind of struggled with Fields in. I won't skip it. I just kind of there's Fields. Yeah. So I don't know if this is one of the gadget plays because again, like I wasn't really present for the first half. I'm gonna be honest, but really all the action came in the second half. Oh yeah, I was watching this. Um, but yeah, like sorry, yeah. And then this is more like defense content. I think this is where, yeah, this is Eddie Jackson's first tackle of the year. I think actually, which is really good because again, it felt like this week was just a lot of the stuff that me and other Bears fans, other Bears reporters, I'm not a Bears reporter, me and other Bears fans or Bears reporters or even like, Bears players and staff like Marquise Goodwin openly voiced his discontent with the team's play calling, and same with Bill Lazor, who was our offensive coordinator. I think I made it. No, wait. Yeah. I made a video about it, then privated it like 5 seconds later. Yeah, I made a whole video talking about how like Bill Lazor, was like really unhappy with how the offense is being run, especially like Justin Fields just being in there for like 2 plays, 3 plays. There's more Eddie Jackson content. Like that is especially a big one. Like I was really mad at Bojack for how he played last week. Like, just kind of felt like he didn't really care about the game and he was just there for his paycheck, right? And is that Kindle Vilder? Yeah, I think it is. Wow. Yeah, like the defense really came to play today. Same with Dalton, honestly. Like kind of sad he faced his injury because like he was honestly playing like a solid quarterback. Well, talk about perfect timing or whatever, irony or whatever, I guess. But yeah, like the defense just really came up to play. Like I'm sure this is gonna come up later, but like there's that Khalil Mack sack too. Like last game, I don't know, I doubt they're gonna show the statistic here, but like that last game, Khalil Mack really he didn't do anything. Like I think the stat was like he, on top of having 0 sacks, he also had 0 QB pressures. At the time that sack came, which is I think like halfway through the third quarter maybe, he already had 4 QB pressures plus that sack, which is really good. So again, like defense, was this? Oh no, this wasn't one of the interceptions. But yeah, Jalen Johnson also is playing really good this year. This week. I didn't really see where he was that past week, but here's Fields. And one thing I do want to talk about with Fields though, like he's a good quarterback, right? Like he proved his prowess today and last week too. But honestly, is this the like Marquise Goodwin catch? Wow, I'm like kind of fanboying over my own team, though I literally watched the game. No, it's not. But as much as I hate to say it, one negative of Justin Fields' play today is how he was out of sync with the. Is that the Khalil Mack sack? Oh no, that's Bilal Nichols. Oh yeah, I remember this one. But yeah, one gripe I had with the defense this week was not with the defense, with Justin Fields. Sorry, this week was how he just did not play that good. Like, no, he played good, but he also didn't play that good. You know what I'm saying? Like he had good ball placement, he had good like throws. The problem is the receivers, especially like people like Allen Robinson, even Cole Kmet. Like I feel like they weren't ready. There's a Khalil Mack sack I was talking about. But I feel like the like receivers who Fields was throwing to just weren't ready for this wow, sorry. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. This is going to get me on a whole nother tangent. They didn't show that taunting call that the refs called on the Bears like in the first half. But like I wanted to make a whole separate video on this because of how bad this new taunting rule is. Like I saw this meme which is like does the NFL seriously expect like players to just place the ball down and walk away after they make a big play or something like that, which is like that's not what should happen. These are guys that are filled with adrenaline. Like they make like one of the biggest plays of their lives. Like remember Carlton Jones, I think in the Super Bowl, how he threw up the deuces at Tyreek Hill after clamping him. Like I thought that is really funny because that is like Tyreek Hill's whole thing. And then he gets flagged for it, and then like they literally institute a penalty just to crack that down. Like that is, did I say Carlton Banks? Oh, this isn't Fresh Prince, but Carlton Jones, I think, forgot his name, but Carlton whatever. that is probably like the biggest play of his life. I think like that is pretty much the play that like sealed the Super Bowl for the Bucks. And then like he's celebrating. He has like that adrenaline in him, and you seriously expect him not to celebrate or anything. And yeah, this also like kind of this just reminded me of it because Joe Burrow definitely flopped here. I don't know if they're going to show the replay, but like it is bad. Like look at this. Like you could literally see Robert Quinn like trying to stop himself, but it just happens when you have that much momentum, right? Just natural. Yeah, and then like this is this is the last drive before the offense really or before the defense really kicked off. I'm saying that as Roquan Smith gets a sack, but I think they do end up getting a field goal here if I'm not mistaken. Yes, this is probably their field goal drive. Yeah. So yeah, they do end up getting a field goal here, which honestly I think like unfair, undeserved for the Bengals because that penalty was just complete BS. And yeah, look at that. Like Fields is oh my god, Fields is so good. Like you could see that he's like dictating the option there. That spin move too. And then that's what I was talking about with Monty. This is like literally the play after or 2 plays after that Fields run that they just showed. Then yeah. He does fumble it here, but like that recovery was really good. Like you could tell like I don't know if they're going to show a replay, but like you could see like how he's like reaching out for the ball, trying to swat it just so he can get the ball back, right? Yeah. I don't know why they're showing a punt. Did he get a return here? I guess he did. But yeah, like you could see like Fields is really good at improvising. Like one thing he really does need to work on is like, making sure the receivers actually catch the ball, making sure he has perfect placement for the receivers. Cause like I'm sure they're going to show that like Allen Robinson. Oh yeah. Got distracted by Eddie Jackson here, but yes, this is like exactly what I was talking about. Like you could see Eddie Jackson was just playing way more aggressively. One with that tackle earlier, I think he had 2 tackles, right? Those like 2 like aggressive tackles earlier, and then that forced fumble. Shame Fields could not convert here. This is a really good like catch and run by Robinson, but I think that deep throw by Fields to Robinson came later, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, again. Good catch by Mooney. Like I said, like you would never see this from like Trubisky or Foles or even Dalton. Like Dalton was playing good this week. This is the throw I was talking about. Like I'm not gonna go play. I would like want to draw, but like there's nothing more to analyze here than just I feel like Robinson just wasn't prepared for this catch. Like he's been playing with Bortles. He's been playing with Foles, Trubisky. His whole career. Mike Glennon especially. I think he was here for Mike Glennon, right? I could be mistaken. Let me check, actually. Yeah, never mind. He actually never played with Glennon. But you know what the point I'm trying to make is like literally his whole career he's been with way, way below average quarterbacks where he's had to make these like insane catches in order to just compensate for the quarterback's bad throws. That and also Fields hasn't gotten any first-team reps with the team. I think after this week, this better have opened Nagy's eyes to tell him that, like, yeah, Fields needs first-team reps. Because this could have been avoided. I think there's a Mooney drop as well. I think on the same drive, like, right after this Robinson drop. Let's see I don't know if it's in the highlights, but yeah, it's not. But you can see that, like, a lot of these mistakes are easily preventable. You just need more time with the first team, and especially I doubt they're going to show those like false start penalties. But there are 2 like false start penalties which they called on Fields, but they really shouldn't have been called on Fields. Like one of them was Mustipher was just like Fields called hike, but Mustipher never snapped the ball. Stuff like that is like very, very, very easily preventable. All you need to do is just get first team reps, get practice, like, get Justin Fields ingrained with the Bears' first team offense, not the second stringers like he has been since he got drafted, or at least since preseason. And this is where are they not going to show the no, they should, right? Yeah, this is where Joe Burrow's here it is. The Roquan Smith pick 6, which led off 3 straight interceptions by Joe Burrow. Like, this is what I meant at the beginning when I said, like, I know this may be against the Bengals, but, like, 3 straight interceptions. You could tell like there's a huge difference between the Bears defense last week and the Bears defense this week. Like, look at that. Joe Burrow gets the ball again. He's just going to get it picked off again. Boom. By Jalen Johnson. Like, I was so hype. I was going crazy when this happened. Like, I didn't expect to see that. First of all, I didn't expect to see a fumble forced by Eddie Jackson before, like the peanut punch there. Only for them to intercept the ball again, or only for Roquan Smith to get a pick 6, and then for Jalen Johnson to get a pick there. And yeah, as you can see there, it is 3rd and 19, and that is because of the false start penalty committed by Justin Fields, but not really committed by Justin Fields. And here's the last pick. Yeah, like just unfair, man. Like, the Bears defense really, really came out to play. I know, like, I think this was where Justin Fields just couldn't convert. I think he tried to run it here. Yes, you could see Monty's. Actually, let me rewind that. I would want to draw here. Actually, you can see that Monty's open here. Let me pull up the draw tool. Actually, 1 second. Yep. So I tried to pull up the draw tool and I completely messed up the video app. So I'm not going to do that. But you can see. Just follow Monty here. I'm sure you can see my cursor. Like, he's wide open here. I'm sure if you just chuck it up to him, he would be able to, like, get those extra yards. But he instead throws to Mooney. There's a drop. And I don't blame Fields for it again. Like, this is all, like, first of all, first rookie game where he's actually getting first game of his career. First NFL game of his career where he's getting, like, legitimate reps, not like gadget plays like he did against the Rams. And here's a Bengals touchdown, kind of preventable, but I mean, I feel like the defense has kind of stopped trying here. Yeah, yikes. You saw that, like, Eddie Jackson just completely took out Kindle Vilder, which is kind of bad. Shouldn't be doing that, but again, they didn't really try. And this is like the biggest mistake for Fields here in my eyes, which is just like, bad interception. Again, like, I don't blame him more than the fact that it's just a rookie mistake, honestly. Like, I don't really, honestly, nothing else to say, just kind of inexcusable. I'm sure he's going to work on that because you've seen the quotes. Like, he's been like, and there's another touchdown. This one I kind of started sweating bullets, but Justin Fields redeemed himself. I'm sure they're going to show it. Clutch, like, here it is. Clutch 3rd and long play, like, Justin Fields, he's not going to let, like, I think this play alone proves, like, his mentality and how he's going to show himself in his career, in his NFL career, right? Like, look at that. He didn't let that interception phase him. That is his first rush, and that is to end the game. Technically this was, but, like, the game would not have been sealed without that Justin Fields rush, and that ends the game. Like, hope you enjoyed this, like, kind of new way of videos. I think I'm going to do this more often, like, kind of commentating over the highlights that I get. But, yeah, like, final thoughts. Like, the defense looked way, way, way better this week than they did last week. Again, I know it's the Bengals, and, like, they may not have a great team, but I mean, you don't force a fumble and then get 3 interceptions right after that if you're not a legitimate defense, right? I really hope last week was just some, like, growing pains. I do still think, like, the Bears need, like, another slot cornerback. Like, you can't just rely on Jalen Johnson the whole time. Like, Duke Shelley's proven, like, kind of ineffective. Marquis Christian last week, he was terrible. But yeah. And then, like, that's really good. Like, again, defensive side, like, the line showed up to play the linebacker, showed up to play, like, Roquan Smith, Robert Quinn, and Khalil Mack all put up solid performances. I think, like, Khalil Mack, like I said, at the time of that sack, he ended up with 4 quarterback pressures on top of the sack. Roquan Smith got that sack, and I think he had some other pressures too. Robert Quinn had the sack and some other pressures. Same with Roquan. I think he also got a sack and also, obviously that pick 6. But yeah, like, defense looked solid today. Like, defense was looking like 2018 defense again, which is amazing, I mean, like, every single year since 2018, I've tried to hold up the team to the 2018 standard that they set for themselves. And defensively, I think they met it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not going to go off and say, like, Bears are going to go 16-1 now because they won against the Cincinnati Bengals. But the defense looks legit. Like, I'm sure they're not going to sustain this, especially against a tough offense in the Browns next week. But I'm sure, we're going to show up to play. Like, I trust them. Then on the offense, too, it looks like Dalton, may be out for next week, especially considering he was doubtful to return this week. Like that is the official injury status that the Bears gave during the game. So I don't know, like, if Nagy's gonna want to play him next week, or like, just kind of hope he's healthy and then just kind of keep him like that. But I really hope that this injury to Andy Dalton and like the Justin Fields' subsequent play really shows Nagy that he's got to give Fields first team reps. I feel like a lot of the problems that happened today can be fixed with more practice, like that interception that Justin Fields gave up, or just with more first team reps. Like that'll limit the kind of bad pass he made. Like I honestly think like that last drive he should have thrown to Monty because he looked wide open. I mean, of course, heat of the moment, I get that, but Monty could have definitely broken through the defender, at least gotten some yardage, right? And like first team reps would have just limited the drops, like that Allen Robinson drop. There's a Mooney drop, stuff like that. And yeah, hope you enjoy this video. Again, new format. I was kind of tired of just talking in front of a Microsoft Paint drawing. So yeah, enjoy. See ya.